Thank you, Christiane. President Trump's approval rating appears to be moving up right now. Two recent polls show the president at 42%. That's up 7 points since last month. Now, to discuss the situation, we have Republican strategist Jackie Bally and Democratic strategist Dallas Jones with us this morning. Thank you for being here. First off, now, both CNN and the Associated Press show that the president is up from 35% to 42%. Still low for this point in the presidency, but it's an increase for him.
Sure. He's around 3 points lower than Obama and Reagan were at this point in both of their presidencies. And what we've seen is an uptick and a rise in his ratings after the tax reform legislation that was passed. Most importantly, you saw the rise with moderates and independents. Those are the ones that both Democrats and Republicans are looking at. They feel that the health of the economy, they attribute that to President Trump. They like his legislation. And ever since he rolled out that tax reform bill, you've seen that increase. And this poll does not even take into account what after the tax reform legislation that was passed. Most importantly, you saw the rise with moderates and independents. Those are the ones that both Democrats and Republicans are looking at. They feel that the health of the economy, they attribute that to President Trump. They like his legislation. And ever since he rolled out that tax reform bill, you've seen that increase. And this poll does not even take into account what happened recently with the expulsion of the 60 diplomats from Russia and the deal going on with North Korea right now.
Well, I could agree with Jackie that the economy has helped to boost the president's numbers. However bad, it's still bad. It's still the lowest it's been. He's still trailing where Obama and Reagan was. And frankly, yesterday, Public Policy Polling released a new poll that showed that the president had dipped back down to 39%, which was the lowest he had been in months. And that did take into consideration, I'm glad Jackie pointed out, the things she mentioned, like North Korea, the Stormy Daniels scandal, and the shakeups at the White House. And so what goes up does come down, and unfortunately it's all just low and bad for the American people.
Now, you mentioned the Stormy Daniels controversy. A lot of folks seem to be kind of overlooking that situation because of the economy, and we just received word that the economy here in the country grew at 2.9% in the final quarter of 2017. I know, Jackie, you're going to say that's part of the president's policy.
Well, the president ran on a very strong economic policy, a very strong economic platform. He is actually executing a lot of those measures that he talked about and he campaigned about. And not only am I attributing that, but most Americans are also attributing the positive rise to the president's policies. With all of that said, a lot of us are not really wrapped up into this Stormy Daniels controversy because we've seen it before with President Clinton. We've seen it with almost every president. They've had affairs. It's always come out. And frankly, when I, as a single parent, I'm looking for how my president can deliver policies to make our country better. I knew that our president had affairs. Let's remember, Marla Maples was his second wife, and that was quite clear how he had her. So I don't think anyone was really surprised about Stormy Daniels, but most importantly, after dealing with Clinton and all of the women that he had while he was president, no one's really concerned about the women our current president had before he was president.
I know you want to comment, but we're running out of time, Dallas.
No,
that's the way it happens sometimes. So this time, Jackie does get the last word.
I love it.
Next time, it'll be you. Thank you so very much, both of you, for being here.
Thank you.
Melissa.